This painting is inspired by the Daintree Rainforest, and it has some trees and foliage and some silhouettes of hills going off into the distance, and a bit of water on the ground and some rocks. And I'm going to break it down for you. Get yourself a nice blank canvas. It doesn't matter if it's thick or thin. This is a deep edge, what's called a deep edge canvas. We're going to start with the background, so probably some thick brushes, bigger, wider ones. You don't want a little brush. This is too little for how we're going to start. I'm going to start with turquoise and white. You'll notice I've got a few different brands here because I'm in the process of trying to find which ones I like best based on their body and also their colour. So 2 different brands of turquoise, and slight difference there. One's more blue, so I like this one. Montmartre. We're mimicking what's in the distance, so we just need a dot of turquoise and a big healthy splotch of white. So take a dab and start mixing it until it becomes like toothpaste. Okay. So make a messy line, pretending that there's hills or mountains there. Probably in a V, start off our background. And then just blend it out. So while this is allowed to be a hard line, this needs to be blended out. So whichever line you want, and then brush it out. Yeah. Now we're going to come back to our turquoise and we're going to darken this. So you can pick up some more and mix that in until it darkens. So now we have another level. Very satisfying. And then I'm going to test this on the canvas. So I can come to my canvas and I can check, is that going to stand out against that first colour? And sort of. I can run with this, or I could darken it. So I'm making another line, because this is another set of hills. Remember, load your brush with more paint than usual. Do a wonky line, get that hard edge, come back, and fan it out. So you're doing overlapping. And then just blending out. That was an insect. Yeah, I was painting at night, eh? So you can probably guess. I'm going to keep going, adding some more turquoise to this mix. Great. Once again, don't forget to check. Oh yeah, definitely darker. Yes. But now I'm going to start adding details. Now ideally you want these layers to dry between applications. So if you want to wait for it to dry, that would be great. Otherwise we'll go ahead, we'll blend these and you can touch it up again later in the The problem with wet on wet is that you get wet blending. We don't want that to happen too much. And basically we're trying to make a messy horizon line here where people start to pick out things and go, oh, that's a tree, that's a bush or something. So even if I did random strokes, certain angles, that'll break it up. We just don't want a straight line. With a very small brush. Now is a good time to pick up some of this paint. Make sure it's not too overloaded, not a giant blob. And feel free to whack in some birds. And yep, it's just a dot or a V is enough to make it look like a little bird in the distance. And these details will come up great later. And we hope that our trees don't block them off. So make sure you use a smaller brush, not the wide brush, to paint some trees. So you can paint as few or as many as you like. Paint as few or as many as you like. Keeping in mind there will be more trees to come anyway, so it'll be layered. So with that third, or in my case fourth layer, start to make the trees. And this is not at 100% turquoise yet. Once the paint's touch dry, then you can use the darkest, pure straight turquoise is fine. And we're going to add the last line of shadow trees, I guess you could call it. Don't be scared to overlap this one on your other trees, because that's what's going to give it interesting layers. So if it goes over the top, that's fine. See it? Making sure you can start to see some plants. Once again, it doesn't need to be too special or detailed. So star flicks or down flicks in a row, people are going to look at that and assume it's foliage, or big ones coming up. There are lots of big palms in the Daintree, so those will work too. And nothing's set in stone, and everything can be done over. Alright, so make sure you pop some black somewhere. We are going to start adding some black. Just do it sparingly. Black is like the pepper or the garlic. You don't want to overdo it. Because this is our last layer of turquoise and we're going dark turquoise, we can also add a touch of dark green. I've got two different types of dark green. I'm going to go with this one. And same thing, just like the black, just add some in. And yeah, just watch the colour or the temperature change again, and if you need to add more black, that's cool.
Nylon, not yes. Yeah, every time we walk past that house, those dogs always lose their plot at us. But I swear, like, we've known Starboy, the Staffy, since he was a puppy in arms, like the day he came home.
And they still bark.
Oh, hey.
So if you start doing a couple of specific shapes, that's just hinting at something being there. Then it'll start to look like there's a bit of foliage.